Okay, trying this again. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. Finally have something awesome. Now, I am uploading my Summerfest video now. And you'll probably see this like Christmas time. But extra I had made and what I had saved paid for something I really thought would be kind of cool. Don't plan to jump out of any planes or do surfing or anything like that, but I wanted one because I've seen people just doing normal vlogging with it, and I still like the quality, because that was kind of like my main, well, what I would mainly do, and my main concern to see if this would work. So, I did eventually get dun, 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 and this was the only one in the store, but I had to go like all the way to a far off place to get it, because heaven forbid if Walmart actually doesn't have it actually in the building. So the only place you could actually get these on the shelves, at least in, the deep abyss that is New England, is Best Buy. But I do Shopkick, and sadly it's not nearly as cool as it used to be, it seems. They blended the Shopkick and the Best Buy rewards, so you automatically get your Shopkick, so I got like almost 1,000 Shopkicks because I bought this. Which makes it easier because you had to search this and do that. And it did it automatically. I'm like, friggin' yeah. So this is the Hero 3 White Edition. So this was the cheapest one. The cheapest one at $200 anyway. Came to $212 with our state tax. So, very expensive, teeny tiny camera. But, of course, you know me, I had to over-research everything, and I think they're spooks. But for what I do, like the most extreme thing I'll be doing would be like hiking. That's what I'm... See, at least with the head mount, that won't happen. So that's like my first thing I want to do. So that'd be like my first expansion / accessory. But it's kind of stupid that they don't include a tripod mount. The standard screw into your everyday tripod mount. Basically, I think it'd be kind of a given with like the other stuff we're showing you. Now, I didn't do through all the unboxing because there's plenty of videos on it, so you won't have to see me do it. And I was actually impressed with the packaging. It was quite snazzy and fairly well made. I mean, and the random box. I mean, that's pretty snazzy too. And that's the box, but you get like a bonus mount. You just pop this off. Somehow I'll just peel it off. Can I peel it off and still save the box? Because this is a hard piece of plastic. So you get like with my car, I can stick a mount right there. It'd be perfect. So I'm not. Ooh, brain idea. Ooh, I know what to do with this. Okay. Ooh, I just hurt myself. Ooh. Nice. It's even got little feet on the bottom, like little stickum feet. Let go of the stickum feet. There we go. There we go. Spare mount, which I can put there if I plan to actually vlog with the GoPro. So, secondary box. And this is just how it was displayed in the box. Hard plastic, perfect. So you get flat mount, which will be used right there, as I am always using my pedestal as a tripod. Awesome. Yay. So that's just the display. And you get a hard plastic cover. And we all know I like to recycle, so I'll use this for general crap, or even just to keep the stuff the GoPro stuff came in. Now, I was surprised. I had been watching some older video just to see other people's unboxing and first impressions and this, that, and the other thing. And one person mentioned that they didn't include a manual with it. And you had to like download it from the internet. And of course, like 2% of the population would have an issue with that. So when I opened it and found user manual, surprised the hell out of me. But it's the same exact things you find online. It's pretty much just, you know, the PDF version of this. And it's, if you're brand new to cameras, you probably don't want this. If you know what FPS is, or what megapixels are, you know, things like that, you have a base of reference with that type of thing. Most YouTubers would. This is a good starter camera. So, not much of a learning curve if you have cameras digital already. If you're just jumping into the digital era, stick with basics. Or have your children or grandchildren explain this to you. So, cool. You have your quick start guide in Englishy and Frenchy. This is like the first pieces of the manual. It's almost redundant. Pretty much just saying the first 5 pages of the manual. Of course, your warranty nobody reads. And for some weird ass reason, they give you stickers. Plan on sponsoring my video? You know, I could stick one right here, yeah. Cool, but strange. That's the paperwork. Of course, it comes in its lovely waterproof packaging. And I have already exchanged said waterproof back, which is just a clear plastic doodah, with the skeleton back. Children hate each other because, one, there's holes, not waterproof, but this lets the audio freely vent so you can actually hear what's going on. So, don't plan on going diving, so this is the one I'll be using most often. Fairly hefty plastic. Your quick mount that did that. Let's see. Does it matter which way it goes? No, I guess not. There we go. Of course, my freakishly tiny hands don't want to be doing this. Okay. Must be a way to... How about if I close the cover, which is a little awkward because you have to close, hook, and push down, but it's kind of hard to grab a piece to push it back up because this is in the way. If they kind of moved it to the other side, it would be a little easier. So, what am I doing? Okay, trying to slide into mount. Not sure if it's supposed to go forward or backwards. There we go. It goes backwards. Mount. So it's a semi-tripod. And when you want to get rid of it, let's see. It snaps like that, so it's all the way back, secure. You push these little tabs here. Push. Push. Breathe. And just push it forward. And that's pretty much how it works with most of the mounts, which come included, or at least a couple of them. You don't want to keep the plastic bags, I don't know. Get back in there, put you back in there, I guess. This comes with, now I can't quite remember if it shows you, well, you get a flat mount, which will most likely be going in my car, which would probably help if I took it out of the package. You know, it's easier getting into the box than this stupid bag. There we go. Come to me. You get the flat mount, which fairly similar to the mount that I just showed you. And it has a sticky bottom. So 3M VHP. So once it sticks, otherwise it kind of defeats the point, right? So flat mount for obviously flat surface. A rounded mount for like helmets and foreheads and semi-concave type things. So, not quite sure what to do with that, but it's nice to have. It's nice that they included at least a mount, not let alone 2.5. And I love the fact that it comes with the waterproof case. Any other camera, you'd pay the price of the camera just for the case. So to me, that's like awesome. And this is like a security device. Let's see if I can find said info. I forgot what it said. It's like if you're doing like soccer or extreme, you know, impact type stuff, it's supposed to be a little more security. I'm not quite sure what they, I don't even know if they told you how it worked using the mouse. 52. Let me go back. Okay. Quick release buckle. Thumb screw housing, complete using. Locking plug. Using the Hero 3 in high impact sports such as surfing or skiing, where significant impact may occur, the question, use the special locking plug which securely locks the attachment buckle fingers into place, helping prevent accidental housing release from the mount. The circular ring fits over the thumb screw and acts as a leash to prevent dropping or losing the locking plug. But it does not show you how this thing is supposed to go on the particular unit. It shows you a picture of the unit. Locks the attachment buckle fingers into place. Let's see, this unscrews. Okay. I love the fact they just give you the picture of the unit and not actually tell you how this is supposed to go. Locks what into place? Is it supposed to go here? Like, how is it securing anything? What the I don't know. Does anybody have any frickin' clue? There's not a word of it in the directions. It's a plastic thingy that they don't tell you what to do with it. Oh well. And to the magical unit itself, as I have it charged on the far too tiny cord that's like 2 feet long, this very expensive tiny little dooflicky is the GoPro itself. Let's see, how can I base or reference this for you? Okay, bottle, a very slippery nail polish. It's a little shorter than a bottle of nail polish, about the same width. So yeah, this thing's tiny, and it reminds me of the old spy cameras you used to see in like the old James Bond films, or like crime drama, like Knight Rider and that type of thing in the 80s, where you'd go in and you'd take little pictures of, you know, the bad guys. Tell me that does not look like that. Oh. So, very light. The spare battery pack, much heavier. So, yep. Your battery comes off. You push this in. Somehow get your door off here. There we go. Now none of these doors are secure, they come off like that, which is kind of annoying. And your battery pulls out like that. And keep the tab, it makes it easier to grab. And this goes in just like the camera does in the case. Flat. Stick your thingy on. Ta-da! And the battery in Best Buy was like $16. So you could probably find it even cheaper someplace else. And that's insane. You paid, I mean, for other cameras I've paid more than that for the spare battery. That's why I'm so amazed that the accessories are so cheap compared to like what you would have with other cameras. I mean, it's just amazing. The head mount I think was like $14, where you'd pay like $30 or $40 for like other things. So it's like, I feel fuzzy, people. So it's pretty freaking awesome as far as, you know, those type of goodies. Let's see, anything else other than that? I guess not. Again, with the access plate, again, falls off on, well, it doesn't fall off, but it's not hooked up to anything, it's just a cover plate. But you have your micro SD. Now I have a 4 gig, I guess you would call it a 4-speed, class 4. So I can get an hour's worth on 720, which is surprised the holy hell out of me, that's for sure. And it's just a random 4 that I had lying around, so I'll probably just get an 8 that gives me 2. Higher settings will probably take more memory, which it usually does. But if you want like the surfing videos and all that stuff you usually see on TV, probably get a faster card. They suggest level 10 or version 10 or whatever the hell it is. The highest class ones you can get. So for what I've been doing, pretty good. And the test footage I've been doing, now it's not so hot like lower light settings, which most cameras that I have aren't all that great unless you get like night cam. So of course I don't know how much, you know, hiking, skydiving, boating you do at night, but you know, very good in daylight conditions. I was really kind of stunned by the quality of the video. I mean, of course they're all going, "Ooh, it's all wonderful," but I had low expectations, but it's like bang. So very impressed with the quality of the vid, and that's just at 720 at 60 FPS. You can do it at 30. It goes up to 1080, but I keep losing the book. Where the hell is the book? The one thing I liked about the directions was that it gives you suggestions of what settings to put on the camera for different things. Let's see, it's kind of in the back here, which is very, you know, good to know. You know, so it gives you a clue, kind of at least where to start before you kind of tweak it for your own purposes. Okay. There we go. It goes as high as 1080p at 30. You get a medium POV, and you do somehow, I think, I haven't quite figured out if I wanted like ultra wide and 1080p if it would do it. I haven't found quite how to do that mode, or if you just do 1080 it automatically does that. So the Hero 3 White Edition offers the following video capture modes. I think you have to change them in post. 1080p is at 30, and it's a 1920 by 1080 screen resolution, 16 by 9. And you use this when your camera is mounted on a vehicle, tripod, or other staple object. I wouldn't think anything with wheels would be stable, but I guess that's kind of the resolution most people use. 960 at 30 is ultra wide, which is like the actual fisheye, and that's a 4x3, which is your standard square. High quality 4x3, good when shooting in low light conditions or for body mounted shots, which would be like on your head and probably in your hand. 720 at 60, again ultra wide fisheye, is the 16:9, which is what I like because everybody's things are rectangular now, not square, and it gives you the black bars when you're posting it. But that's the best resolution frame rate for handheld shots and when slow motion is desired. So for my type of filming, that's kind of the best thing to do. You could do 720 at 30, which is again fisheye, and that's 16:9. Best resolution for handheld shots in low light conditions. Choose this mode when the camera is mounted on a vehicle, tripod, or other stable object. Which kind of contradicts. If you're in a handheld thing, you're not a stable object. That's why it's kind of confusing, but it does kind of give you an idea. And then they have WVGA at 60, and that's like 848 by 40, when standard definition is acceptable. If it is, why are you buying a GoPro? I don't know. So it gives you options, and at least a suggestion on how to use those options, which is really kind of cool. So I'm still kind of debating which one to use. So I still haven't tested like all of those yet. So likes and dislikes. Love even at the setting I've got it on, freaking amazing. I wasn't quite sure how severe the fisheye would be. I thought I'd have to like tweak it a bit, but it's not like, it just sort of rounds off the corners. It's not like, so that's kind of cool. And you can adjust it in post, and I'll get to that in a sec. Like the size, that it's really teeny tiny. I didn't see the like little handheld kind of, I don't know what they called it, the TNT stick or the noodle or whatever the hell it was. It's yay long, just a way to hold it like this, which would be kind of convenient. But even in the case, it's still fairly, even with my tiny hands, fairly easy to hold. That's why I keep the mount on. It kind of gives me a little extra to grab. The benefit to you guys, no more strange, awkward, really up close shots, because it films you farther away, so you're not like so horribly up close. So if you're holding it like this, it kind of extends the distance, so it gives you a little more breathing room. So I think you guys would probably appreciate that. So, it also has like a button to turn on and off the Wi-Fi, which is kind of cool, but doesn't seem to want to like, I haven't quite mastered that yet. Hi, dude. And we attempted Kefren Cam too. Can I strap this onto you? Will that work? Do I know what you're usually up to during the day? You've been not pushing me around. I'm working here. So it's so cute. Okay, yes, cute factor did factor in. I just think it's a cute camera. The buttons are fairly big, so you know, people with bigger hands will be able to manipulate a little better. The light turns on when you're filming on the front, like my flip cam did. Not this teeny tiny little speck that if you squint might blink at you. So, yay! So, those were the likes. Dislikes. The interface. It's kind of like the old-fashioned watches where you have to set and go through all the freaking menus. The old LCD type menu. Working straight from the camera is kind of annoying. Lots of button pushing. You can change the volume to the beeping if it gets too loud and annoying, having to do all the settings, but once you set the settings, you shouldn't have to do that so much. You do kind of have to push down kind of hard on the button. I'm so used to kind of like lighter feeling buttons. I'm still in like, delicate mode. And there's a fingerprint on my lens. Why? There we go. And there's different lenses you can stick onto the camera too. Don't like the easily losable doors here. Not keen on that. Liking the prices of the accessories, like I said. And liking See as I plug you back in here. don't, I'm ambivalent about it. I thought this was just a standard USB plug, like you would charge most Android phones. It's not. It's a little bigger, but it did come with it, so that's kind of cool. And when you plug it in, big bright red light. You can't see? I don't know. How would I bring it down to you? See? Big bright red light, and that'll go off when it's done charging. So it's very clear, user-friendly as far as that's concerned. So this is just the Hero 3, it's not the Hero 3 Plus, it's the base version. But for all of the Heroes, you can download for free on all devices. I'm not sure when, like the Windows phones or whatever, but at least Android and iDevice, the GoPro app, which will work as the remote. Now, if you pay the $300-400 version, it comes with a remote. Unless you plan on having multiple GoPros, it's redundant, because this app will work as the remote, where you can sit there and turn it on with your phone or your tablet type contraption, and that is freaking cool. I can't get it to work on the ATER. I'll try it again now that I got everything kind of set up, but it did seem to eat my battery like that. It does work on the tablet, so very useful, especially, might cut down on the awkward fiddling with the camera before I'm sitting down to do my thing. You can preview your videos without having to take out the card or anything, right from your device, which is cool. You can live stream, but there's on this a 5-second delay, which is kind of awkward and weird. Kind of like this weird technical deja vu, You can adjust the settings through the app, which is so much easier. You can change the video settings, picture settings, if you want like burst or video or regular picture. There's a few other your basic stuff. I think you can set the time and the date. The useful stuff you would most likely be changing, you can do through the app, which is so much more convenient. And the weird thing is, this one does have the Wi-Fi, and I wasn't quite sure how that quite worked. It doesn't work on your home Wi-Fi. It's a built-in Wi-Fi, so it's almost like a router in and of itself. And you have to go through your settings on whatever device you've downloaded it on and connect to the device, not your Wi-Fi through the home. And even if you're not anywhere near normal Wi-Fi, it'll still work because it's its own little personal internet space, which is awesome. So you can still use your remote as a Wi-Fi device even if there's no internet around. So that was I tested it and it did work. But you have to turn on the Wi-Fi through the device. But if it does have a habit of eating the battery, so if you're not using the Wi-Fi, turn it off on the camera. Don't know if you can do that on the app or not. I don't think so. You can do it in your settings. Kind of wish you could do a little more with the app, more like editing. But it does make things a little easier as far as interfacing with the camera. And then you get your picture of the day, and you can access your videos straight through the app, like I think I mentioned before, and play them and kind of preview them. So that's kind of cool. That's what I was going to say. It'd be nice if you could turn off the sort of, what do you call it? Once it's hooked in through the app, it'll do its thing. It's hot and I'm tired. What the hell? the streaming. It'd be nice if you could have an option to turn off the streaming, because it just does it automatically and it's just awkward. And if you want to watch your videos, it's kind of like in the background. So, kind of awkward, but kind of useful, so it's better than it is worse. So I liked that. I like the fact that GoPro gives you more for your money. So you have your free app, you have your software to go with it, you know? That's actually useful. It's not like crapware. You get the case. You get 2 backs, you know? The mounts. More than you would get with most cameras, you know? It'd be nice if they could include like a little bag or a strap or something. But, you know, to me it seemed like a good value. So, very happy with it, and hell, I'm even happy with the packaging. I can even use the so, that's pretty damn awesome. And sticky the boxy in here. So I'm rather happy with my purchase. Now there's another YouTuber right here, obviously on YouTube, whose name is Mick Bergsma. M-I-C-B-E-R-G-S-M-A. He's just so freaking awesome. He's a total surfer dude, but he comes up with the freaking brilliantest ideas. He has like up to like 300 tips. 363 is what he just uploaded of tips on how to use your GoPro, things you can do with the GoPro. And by far the most brilliant one was image stabilization. Instead of holding your camera out like this, like I normally usually do, you know, if you're in like, you know, more extreme kind of, or even heavy walking, hold it up against your face. That way your arm is stabilizing you, in your POV, whatever you want to film, just look at it. So in the test footage, you could tell quite a damn bit of difference. So that was a freaking brilliant idea, and that should work with any kind of camera, not just this one. So he has great ideas. He's funny. He's just overall a really awesome YouTuber. So if you want a lot of tips and useful information done in an entertaining way, and the fact that you can learn sign language at the same time. So like the first video, he was talking about the battery or something like that. I learned like 5 words in sign language, black, you know. So it was really kind of cool. So it's like an all-encompassing channel. So the last one he uploaded was how to check your GoPro waterproof case for leaks, which is probably a good idea the first time out. I'm hesitant to try it underwater. I probably should. So definitely check him out if you actually want a GoPro video that, or a channel that will, you know, not bore you to death, but so hopefully I'll start using this, and maybe I might end up seeing more crap with the fisheye. Will not, I don't know. So we'll try that. Now I just need to do something exciting with it. Maybe I can go like car surfing, you know, hold on to the car and thinking of all the cool things I could do. I'll have to take it out on my bike, I don't know. Kind of sad to have a GoPro and have such a boring life. Oh well. Thank you for watching. Do comment down below if you have a GoPro and what you think about it, and any tips you'd like to share, or even other channels that'll give you actually useful information. Do thumbs up for really cool cameras and fun stuff you can do with them. And if you know what the heck this is, comment down below. Or point out to anybody who's shown you how to put this on. Oh well. And subscribe. There's always room for one more at the Strange and Exotic. See you next time. Probably on the GoPro.